begin with sport, and specifically with this, because as numerous global sport tours are affected by the war in the Middle East, including tennis, motorsport and the T20 World Cup, even a South African runner who went to compete in the Tokyo Marathon, Anthea of Mitchell's Plain, has also been affected. She remains stuck in Japan. She joins us now after completing the race last Sunday, but unable to travel home. A very good morning, and thanks for chatting to us under the circumstances. So just give us a little bit of a sense of where exactly you are now and how things have unfolded for you since you actually crossed that finish line in Tokyo on Sunday.
Hi, so it's actually a good afternoon at this side. We're 7 hours ahead here. So after finishing the crossing line, very excited to have completed in the marathon, and obviously very excited to go back home with my medal. But yesterday when I came to the airport, obviously our flights are all cancelled because the flights are going via Dubai. And they tried to get me on the next flight or a flight via another destination, but unsuccessful. So I'm back at the airport today, just hopeful that I'll get a flight out tonight. There is one scheduled at midnight. So hopefully I'm on the next flight back to Dubai at least, and then from Dubai, hopefully we can get a flight out there back to Cape Town. So that's the plan.
When did you realize that your trip home would in fact be affected by the tension in the Middle East?
So on Sunday I did the race and I saw something on the social media, but not realizing what it was and the impact. And obviously my focus was on my race. I went ahead with my race and I came back. And when I came back the evening or late afternoon, my husband actually messaged me and said, babe, this is what's happening. So I was very much unaware of what was happening to the extent. And then I went on social media and I saw everything. I think Emirates only communicated with me maybe 2 days later to say the flight is now in fact cancelled and I'm impacted. And then I came to the airport, like I said yesterday, and trying to find a way forward. So yeah.
Your husband did explain that there's been quite a couple of tears. How does this? I mean, you went to your very first World Marathon major. To be able to run the Tokyo Marathon is a huge bucket list item for any road runner. And not only did you run it, but you ran a comrades qualifying time. If you look at your sub 5 hours from the start mat to the finish line, and then to kind of now be stuck at the airport crying at the counters looking for a way to actually come back home.
I think it just hit me yesterday when they said there's no flights and it's cancelled. I think it's a bag of emotions because, like you say, I'm so excited that I actually achieved this first World Marathon major, and getting here was no piece of cake. There's another story behind that story, but to get to the desk at Emirates and having been very excited about this because it's a major bucket list item for me, like you were saying. And then all at once they tell you can't go home, there's nowhere home. Then that's last night and everything just, it was surreal. It felt a little bit real last night when they told me I can't go home. I'm like, what do I do now? I've got this medal now that I want to go home with, but I can't go home. So what am I to do? So yeah,
I must say,
lots of emotions.
Yeah, I must say you're looking in very good spirits. What support have you had from the airline and from the people in Tokyo as well as at the airport?
So in terms of support from the airport itself and the people here, there's no support. I had to go and find my own accommodation. I left the airport here early hours of this morning. After Emirates, I must say, they've been very helpful, the lady at the desk, trying to get me on flights, but we just couldn't find a flight back home. So I left here literally on the last train out, trying to get to accommodation. So it's a bit of a nightmare. And it's very cold here. They've just come out of the winter season. I think they're into this winter season, but it's still very cold, so it's not pleasant. Yeah.
And having to book another night's accommodation, these are all expenses that you didn't expect.
Oh, absolutely. You know, these things are quite pricey and we save for them in advance. So having to now spend extra money on accommodation, on extra day of food, etc. My husband back home has been sending me money and just trying to keep me comfortable on the side as well. So yes.
Anthea Ganger, we celebrate your run at the Tokyo Marathon, unfortunately still being stuck there due to that tension in the Middle East. Thanks for your time.